Hello everyone, it's me, Rando, once again with another reaction here on my channel, Nobody Really. This once I'm gonna be reacting to Amelia childhood stories. It seems Amelia has some interesting childhood stories to share with us. Let's see what she has to say.
I have this other scar. Yeah, I have this other scar. It's on the top of my head. Like, my brother and I, we were jumping on a bed when we were like, I was like 3 or 4, and we were, you know, like, you guys jump up and down on a bed like a trampoline. And when we were jumping up and down, he pushed me off the bed, and there was a drawer that was open, and I hit my head on the corner of the drawer, and I got brain damage. No, okay. I did. I don't think I had any brain damage, probably.
God.
But I had this huge scar on the top of my head, and sometimes, when I breathe, it feels like there's air going through it, like.
Damn, that sounds like a trauma. That straight up sounds like a trauma. I don't think I have any like big scars from the childhood. I do have a stupid funny. I don't know. But I do have one. This one time when I was a kid, I was like 7 or something, and I was trying to iron my clothes. Yeah, I was trying to iron my clothes, and I just burnt myself with the iron on my arm. I still kind of have a scar. It's not that visible anymore, but I still kind of have the scar right here at my arm. But it's not that like evident anymore. It's been so long.
Yeah. It feels like there's air going through it at the top. It's really weird. But they had to staple my head shut.
Eesh.
But I'm okay now, right? I turned out good.
Yeah.
This is apparently like when scars heal, like the nerves, when they come back like really weird. That's probably why it feels like I can breathe through the hole. I don't think there's actually a hole, like air. Just for some reason the nerves are like crossed. Yeah. Or I don't know. I have a blowhole, I don't know.
Are you a dolphin? Are you a dolphin? Raise the legs,
She
let's
has
go.
those big earrings, the big holes in the ear. What do you guys call them? Plugs?
Oh yeah,
Gauges?
those things.
Apparently they make your ear really stinky.
Really?
My grandma had one of those holes in her ear, in her like an earring, because one time she was vacuuming and her earring got stuck in the vacuum and it like tore her ear hole, so she had like a really droopy earlobe. I put a noodle packet. Actually, I cut the top of my thumb off.
God.
Because I saw my mom like peeling an orange. And have you guys ever seen people like peel vegetables or fruit where like they like guide the knife with their thumb? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they like use their thumb, but then it also like hits their thumb.
Oh.
So I was trying to cut an orange like that, and I was like, I can do that too.
No.
And
no.
yeah. Oof.
I also have a knife story. Okay, this one's probably gonna sound really stupid because it is. At that time, I was like a preteen or something, and I did one of the stupidest things I ever did. I don't remember what I was trying to cut exactly, but I know I was trying to cut something, and I just got really mad. I don't even perfectly remember what happened. I just remember that I was trying to cut something, and I got really mad, and somehow I impaled the knife into my hand, this hand. The knife just like went in, like in deep into my hand, even though it didn't go through. But it went deep, like, and then I pulled it out. And for some reason, I wasn't feeling anything. I wasn't feeling pain or anything. I was just looking at the hole that was now in my hand, and then blood started gushing. And I still wasn't feeling anything, pain or anything. Since I wasn't feeling pain or anything, I just let it heal, and it healed. Somehow I didn't get any infections or anything. I was really lucky. Oh god, I was so dumb.
I can remember the pain. Yeah, I cut like a nice slice off the top of my thumb.
Oh god.
Yuppie! I have a lot of
Oh
stories where I got
gosh.
hurt when I was younger.
It seems so.
What's one of the scariest things that has happened to you in general? Oh, I do have a story. Hold on.
Mm.
This is when I was going to detective school.
Mm-hmm.
I was working at a cafe
Yeah.
and like a coffee shop,
Mm-hmm.
and I was there like kind of late, and I was the last one to leave, and I was waiting for Auntie Watson to pick me up, and she was taking a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just waiting outside the coffee shop, and then this van pulled up out of nowhere. It just went. It was like a big van. I'm like, oh my god, what the heck? I backed up. I was like, I'm gonna get kidnapped. And then these two tall guys got out of the van, and they like rushed up to me, and I'm like, oh god. I backed up into a corner. I probably should have ran, but then they asked me like some questions. They were like, is your name Amelia? And I said, what? How do they know my name? Is this like was there a bad accident or something? Like why are they here? Why are they asking for me? And then they like kept approaching me, and they backed me up into a corner, and then they asked me a question like is your name Amelia? Is your name Amelia? And I said yes, because I didn't know what to say. And then they said,
You're nervous,
do you
yeah.
have a birthmark on the inside of your arm? And I said, I have one. How do they know that? And then it was really creepy because I'm like, how do they know this information about me? And then it turns out they pulled out this paper, and they try like compare me to like this paper, and it turns out that they were like private investigators looking for somebody, and it was like a coincidence that this person had the same name and like a birthmark just like me, and they thought that I was her, and they were like gonna kidnap me because they were like paid to find her, and it really creeped me out. And then they were like, oh, they don't really look the same, because it was dark, because they thought that I was her, and I got really scared. But they were like these really big guys.
What? That happened? God, that's such a crazy messed up coincidence. I mean, wow, that's messed up. I also have a job story, but it's not nearly as crazy as this one. God.
And if I had ran, they probably would have tackled me, so it was probably good that I didn't run. But if they were kidnappers, it probably would have been better if I had ran. Yeah. It was really scary. And then I told them afterwards, I said, what's wrong with you guys? I'm just a random person. You just came up, like, do you know how that comes off? You just came up and you tried to like.
You actually
I thought I was being
said that.
kidnapped. I told them, they're like, I'm so sorry.
I wouldn't have the guts to say that. I'd just ditch. As soon as they like left me in peace, I'd ditch. No way I'd had the guts to go like, oh, do you guys know what you're doing? At least back then I would not have had the guts. Today maybe. Because today, nowadays I'm on a short fuse for people doing stupid things.
I'm sorry. It's creepy. Anyways, I got my ankle ran over once. It didn't break though, so never mind. Yeah, the tire went over my foot. But like over my ankle bone, because I was standing up, and they rolled over my ankle. It was slow, but it scraped off a bunch of skin. I used to ride a bike to school, like a tricycle. And then I remember one time somebody kicked my trainer wheels, and then I was like going over a big tree root that was growing in the cement, and somebody kicked it, and then I fell, and I scraped my knee.
Oh gosh, this girl and hurting herself. I mean, even I didn't hurt myself that much. And my stories of hurting myself are also stupid, like so dumb. This one time, I have like the scar on my knee. It's like one of the stupidest scars I've ever made, I think. Because I was just at a pool party. A friend had invited me, and I was at the pool party. We were all having fun and chilling and whatnot. I don't know who designed that pool, but whoever did was a freaking moron. Cause like in the pool, inside the pool, there's this one area where there's like this marmor plate platform, whatever you wanna call it, and it's extremely sharp. So I was just doing my thing, and I didn't notice that. So I got like close to it, and I moved my leg because I was trying. I don't know what I was trying to do. I just know that I moved my leg, and my leg hit it, and like it was so sharp that it literally just cut my leg, my knee. So I had like this one. It wasn't that deep of a cut, but I mean, was it? I remember that I could see bone. So is it that? Whatever. So yeah, I just started bleeding there, and I was like, "What the? Really?" It was weird. Then I like the worst part was like, and I asked my friend if he had like anything I could use to cover my injury or something, or alcohol or something I could put in it, and like he didn't give a fuck. He wasn't trying to help me or anything. If it wasn't for another friend who was more interested in helping me, we wouldn't have had gotten shit. Like it was his house, but he didn't have the slightest interest in trying to help me. He was just like, man, I don't really know. He just like he just sounded like a really lost kid who didn't like know what to do. I mean, we weren't that young. We were like preteens. Preteens, yeah. Something between 13 and 14 or something like that. So it was just weird. That's when the moment I had realized that like that guy, he was kind of a spoiled brat. Like a rich spoiled brat. His house was big. So, yeah. Some weird shiz that just happens.
Anyways, I did have a question that I didn't pick, but I remember it's like somebody like, do you have any other horrifying childhood stories like the tongue thing or like the head thing? Actually, I used to get bit by dogs a lot. I had one time where it
I'm sorry, I'm keep pausing, but she's just making me remember stuff. Getting bitten by dogs. I think I got bitten by dogs like 3 times when I was a kid. 3 whole times. Uh, and one time that we almost got bit. So, the first time, the like oldest one I remember was when we almost got bit. So, me and my cousin, we were strolling around, and by then we were really young, 7, 6, or so, whatever. At my area, we'd stroll around because we were on that tug life. So, we were just strolling around the street, and like randomly, this one dog just decided to chase us. Like, you could see the ravens in that dog's mouth. So me and but he was really really far behind. So me and my cousin, we just sprinted back to our house, and like it was such a close call. We literally closed the door on his face, like he was literally about to jump on us. That was really scary, like extremely scary. At least for the me back then. I don't know. Probably I'd still piss my pants up these days. That was scary. So then there was this one time that me and my cousin, we were playing soccer at his front yard. So we were playing, and then he shot his ball over the wall to the neighbor's house. So I went to knock on the door, and like the neighbor opened the door, and his dog like just jumped out and bit me at my arm like instantly. I didn't even have time to think of what was going on. I don't have any scars, thankfully, but that was painful. Happily, it didn't have rabies, so yeah, I'm cool. Then another time, another friend invited me to their house, and I was like, okay. I just went inside, and they had like this Doberman, I think, or whatever, and like the dog just bit me in my ass. Like, I remember it scraped some skin off. It was painful. My precious ass. Well, then the last one was when this dog just like I was that time I was mad because like the dog bit me in my hand. It was I have a lot of cousins, so when I say cousin, don't think it's the same person. It's probably different people. So I was in my cousin's house and they had like this new dog. So he went out to, you know, go out for a walk. And there was this other dog and it just bit me in my hand. I was really mad, so I just punched the fuck out of the dog and it let go of me and then ran away. But I was really pissed that day. I don't know. I don't know what I was on, but I was really pissed that day. Oh yeah, the last thing I remember was me, my cousin, and a few other friends. We were just strolling around. It was nighttime. We were just strolling around, like, and randomly this group of five dogs just came like running at us. Once again, you could feel the raves in there. In their mouths. So me and my friend just ran, like all of us were running, and like me and another person who was like slightly behind me were running, and then this other friend of ours just literally came from behind and went like he just completely past us, and I was like, damn, that man can run. He literally just came from behind and rushed up. We were really impressed. That man was running. I mean, I wasn't that fast. I was never that fast of a runner, but I could get out. Happily, those dogs weren't like any, you know, pedigree, whatever. They weren't like the really dangerous ones or really fast ones. Otherwise, they would have easily caught up with us. They're just some wild dogs. Yeah, and we all got out like safely. Some of us like even because we were near this school facility, so some of us jumped the wall, but like we acted so fast that we didn't like think much of it. So the ones who were close to the wall just jumped over, and the ones who weren't just sprinted out. It was a weird experience. And like later on, me and my cousin were talking about it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, it happens in this area sometimes." And I was like, "This is a normal." Damn. Um, if you guys haven't noticed up until now, I come from a third world country. Just making that clear.
It was like a family dog, and we were on a road trip, and they were sitting in my lap, and I put my face near them. I like brought them onto my lap, and I put my face near them, and they bit my face. Yeah.
Eesh, the face.
And then I had to go to the hospital, and then they had to like try to give me a shot for rabies, but I didn't want to take any shots, so I kept like squirming around, and
Funny enough, I never took any shot for rabies. Do I have rabies? That's a good. No, I don't.
tried to like bite the nurse, and they ended up not giving me a rabies shot. And then there's one time where I was feeding a dog, and they bit my hand, and I don't have any scars from it though. Yeah, I don't have any scars from those.
Exactly. I also don't have any scars. Maybe they didn't like bite that deep in, but I don't have any scars from those.
Oh yeah, and there was another time where I was feeding a big dog that he had, and he used to get like really aggressive over food, and I was like feeding him, and then I tried to take him outside, and he like followed me, and he was like growling, and I was like, what the heck, I don't even have food right now, but I had like just fed him, I guess. I don't know why, but then he jumped at me, and he tried to go for my throat, but then I lifted my arm up like in front of my face, like on reflex, and then he bit my arm. And yeah, that was scary. But
It is.
it's fine. He's a very old boy now. Very old boy. He doesn't live with me though. I I forgive him. Sometimes, you know, because we had adopted him, so sometimes dog in the past can have like traumatic experiences that make them act a certain way. And I think we ended up like consulting a vet, and they gave us like doggy Prozac for him. Yeah, and I calmed him down a lot. Yeah, it's not the doggy's fault. The doggy just had like traumatic experiences in the past. Yeah, I used to get bullied because I would wear the same shoes every day, and they'd be like, "Why do you wear the same shoes?"
Up until this day, I wear I wear the same shoes almost every day. Of course, I wash them properly, but I clean them up, not wash. I can only wash them on weekends and stuff. Anyways, so girl, I ain't got your money. Shoes be expensive these days. Like, damn. Most shoes I see like nowadays, you either buy some low quality shoe that's gonna, I don't know, disintegrate in like 3 months, or you buy a normal shoe with, you know, acceptable quality, which right nowadays be expensive as unnecessarily. Like, damn.
Shoes every day because I don't know.
I've never been bullied for using the same shoes every day though. But then again, most people did not bully me. I was always kind of the weird kid, I guess. Well, I was the weird slash quiet kid, I guess. Anyways, so but the thing was, I was popular. Like in high school, I didn't know it. I didn't even know I was popular back then at the time, because I had no social awareness back then, so I did not care. But I was popular for 2 reasons. One, I hanged out with a lot of popular people. 2, I didn't know that, but I hanged out with a lot of popular people, but they were all cool. Not, yeah. And 2, I was a smart kid, and I like usually got medals and stuff. Like, I was usually in between the top 3 of my class all of the time, and like top 10 of the school, blah blah blah. Way back then, so I would get like honor medals and stuff like that. So people knew who I was because of that. Yeah.
What's wrong with wearing the same shoes every day?
Oh, but don't get it confused. I'm a dumbass right now.
What's wrong with that? I don't know.
Yeah, what's wrong with it?
They were pretty beat up shoes. They were like these old black running shoes, and they were very scuffed looking. It was I think it was because because I moved around a lot. I went to like a school that had, it was like a really nice school. And so everybody was like higher class or something than me. And it was a really cool school actually. They like gave people laptops.
Like, I didn't experience this different class thing so much. Maybe because I never had too like many problems. I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't have that hard of a life or anything. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure back then my school like had a lot of, I knew my school had a lot of rich kids. I never had like the social disparity problem so much, I guess because of my popularity, because most people would treat me like respectfully. I didn't know why, and like people would just come to me and know who I was, and I'd be like, "Who are you?" It was so annoying. Like, a lot of people would approach me as if they knew me when I didn't know who they are. It's weird. So out of that, a lot of people just, I don't know what kind of fame I had, but a lot of people would just literally come to ask me for money. I was not rich, but I was not rich, but I almost always had money because I used my allowance back then really well, and like I had good economic skills, so I almost always had money. And somehow people knew that. and they would just come to ask me for money. So I'm going, I don't know. I'm like, what am I? Your bank? Damn, it was so annoying. And like they would be so persistent about it, so damn persistent.
They gave everybody laptops. I guess a lot of schools do that now, but like then I was like, whoa, I could play Webkins on my laptop. It's very fancy. I didn't get one though because I wasn't old enough, but it's pretty cool.
Have you ever touched a cactus before?
I have. Actually, when I was a wee time traveler, when I was a wee detective, I saw a really fuzzy cactus and I thought it would be soft, so I touched it like a dog. I went, like this.
I've actually touched like one of the things of a cactus, but I didn't poke myself on it, but impale, well, whatever. So I touched it, but I mean, I didn't, go out, try to destroy myself or something. I don't like cactus.
Oh.
Oof.
Whoops.
I'd like to say I'm surprised that you touched the cactus, but I'm not. Oh, that's a cactus.
I thought it would be soft, but then I had a bunch of pricklies in my hand.
Ooh, like fiberglass.
Oh! Yeah, well, except it yeah, sort of. Fiberglass is a good snack.
What?
What? Oh, I used to eat, when I was a kid, I used to eat, frozen waffles. Like the chocolate chip waffles. I would just eat them frozen without toasting them. I guess because I was like, pretty young, so I didn't know how to use the toaster.
No. That is unacceptable. Why would you do that to yourself? I mean, even though I was never a great cook or anything, I've always known like how to do basic stuff. When I was 7, I was already doing my own toasts and stuff. What do you mean you would? How young were you when you did that? Like 3? I don't know. I just I knew how to use a toaster back then. I did my stuff. Gotta prepare your own lunch and stuff. Can't wait for mommy every day.
And I would just go and get them, and I just eat them frozen. Maybe I was too short. But when I had octopus, I liked the texture. But it's not surprising, because when I was a kid, I liked to eat sand. Not those...
Okay, I didn't like to eat sand when I was a kid, but I tried eating sand when I was a kid. Different things. Also, for some reason, everyone, like, most of the people I know, like, when we're talking about being kids or whatever, they ask me if I made, like, a sand cake, and I'm like, or a mud cake or whatever it was, and they were like, and I was like, who does that? And, like, apparently everyone did mud cakes or whatever, and I'm like, I never did that in my life. Who does that? Why?
Healthy. I hear it's really good for you. Yeah, I liked to eat sand when I was a kid. I don't know, the texture. I really liked it. I didn't eat it by the handful or anything. I'd just be playing in the sandbox and get sand in my mouth and be like,
no, that's so bad. Do you know what people do in sandboxes? Oh no. You're lucky you didn't get sick.
What fictional character did you have a crush on? I don't know if this counts, but the first thing that came to mind is that when I was younger, I used to read... This is embarrassing. Maybe I shouldn't say this.
Just say it.
Wait, this is... No. Say it.
Yeah, just say it.
I used to read fanfiction of 2 characters in TF2. Yeah.
Okay, it's not that embarrassing, okay? I read fanfiction and I admit it. You guys can't do anything about it. I'm not like, I don't read it frequently or whatever, but sometimes I do read fanfictions. And when I find a good one, it's good. I mean, there's some decent fanfiction out there. There's a lot of cringe ones, but I don't read I don't know. I read fanfiction because sometimes, not satisfied with the development, so I look for people who try to do things differently or something. And I have fun sometimes, and other times I regret living. But it's all cool. But no, seriously, there's some good fan fiction out there, even though most of it, like most things, is not that good. Anyways, fictional character you had a crush on. I had like a crush on so many fictional characters. But I guess the first one that comes to mind, like the first one that comes to mind is like Gwen from Ben 10. Yeah, because like I watched Ben 10 when I was really young. Like between 5 and 7. That's like 7 and my you can notice that 7 years is like my kind of oldest memories or whatever. So yeah, from like 5 to 7 in that like area, I was watching Ben 10 and it's actually funny, but I first learned how to speak English by watching Ben 10. Yeah, I know it's gonna sound weird, but yeah, that's how I learned English at first, by watching Ben 10, because I didn't know English. And I was watching Ben 10 in Cartoon Network in English back then. So basically, no subtitles or anything, of course. So I was just watching it and I didn't understand anything. And someday I just started understanding stuff. Like I would pay a lot of attention. You know, kids absorb everything easily. So eventually I learned how to speak English just by watching Ben 10 every single day. I'd wake up like really early because it was like one of those cartoons that, you know, did really early and really late. So I had to, yeah. So I would watch it every single day and I just learned English like that. Slowly but surely I learned English by watching Ben 10. I know I'm a legend. So yeah. That's my first fictional character and how I learned English at first. Of course, I polished my English a bit school and stuff, because the school I went to had English as like mandatory, because at a certain point you'd have almost all of your lessons in English. So yeah. Even though my English is not perfect, it is quite good. Compared to most, at least in my circle and stuff. So yeah, let's just go.
But like romantic ones, you guys. It's romantic. Brrr, brrr, shut up! You guys hear this?
I'm not a big fan of romance or drama, but I believe in the ideology that a good story is a good story. The end of the line.
It was Sniper and Spy. Okay, next question. Thank you. I want to tell you guys. I was reading some like YouTube comments and people were like, "Oh God, every time Ame says this one time, there's like a really bad story from her childhood or something." And I wanted to tell you guys. Well, I don't know. You guys can believe it if you want or not. You know, some people don't believe in this sort of stuff, but apparently. The Watson family was cursed. Yes, my grandma was a little, how would you say? You know, she liked to mess around, you know, with other people's husbands a little bit. And one time, one of the ladies, she had enough, and she cursed our family. But you know, some people don't believe that's
Oh God. It's funny. It's usually not your grandmother, but hey. I think it was like my father, like when the day he just decided to stop me and oh God, and talk about how when he was younger. Let's just say that man went around. He went around. And I was just like, I don't think that would work well if I did something like that nowadays. We were just talking and I was like, And I remember it was like my uncle. He called me. This was actually recent. My uncle called me a few weeks ago and he was like asking me how things are going and blah blah blah. And then he was like, "Wait a second. You don't got a side girl there?" Cause like I had a long distance relationship with a girl because I'm no longer living in my country of birth and blah 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 blah. Short long story, but okay. So he was like, "You don't got a side girl there yet? What are you doing? You gotta have a side girl there." And he was like, went on this whole explanation why I should have a side girl and why it would be better for everyone. Like, yeah, he had actual reasoning for it, and I was like, cool. I mean, you do you.
That's the real thing. For us though. Ah! Anyways, yeah. Apparently, Watson family is cursed, and yep, we have known this for a while, and we have pretty bad luck. I'll admit, we got some pretty bad luck. But when we get lucky, it's like really lucky.
I see.
Salty.
You're not salty, right? You don't like salt, right?
I remember when I was a kid, when I was really young. My friend cried and I licked her tears.
What? What? You ate your tears? What?
I never licked somebody else's tears, but I tasted my own tears with this once. I was crying and I was like, I was a kid, I was curious, so I just scraped my tear off and I licked it and I was like, salty.
What? What?
Yeah,
What?
salty.
Exactly.
So, you cried for something that made you sad, but then it cheered you up because it was so tasty.
Well, it wasn't me crying, but yeah, sure.
Oh, what? So, you drank someone else's tears?
Yes.
When
That's
I
what
was
you
a
said.
kid, I wouldn't do that today.
Yeah, sure, Amen. You did just talk about doing it today, but yeah, no, you wouldn't do that today. You're totally not someone who does one thing again that you did in the past and you're now threatening to do again.
I'll
Yeah,
drink your
totally.
tears, Kiara. Give them to me. So where are they again, you guys? Morocco? Casablanca?
John Wick 3.
Oh.
I haven't
One
watched
time my
John
mom
Wick
was
3 yet.
traveling in this area, and she was in Morocco, and she got kidnapped because she went to go look at a carpet, and they wouldn't let her go until somebody wired money, and it was like $300, and then she got released. It was a really long time ago, though. No, apparently they were really nice to her. Like they gave her like tea and stuff. They just wouldn't let her leave until somebody wired money.
Huh.
When I was a kid, there was this other kid, and he got in the cart, and he got on the bottom part, like this part on the bottom, and then other kids got up in the top.
Oh,
and
no.
then we pushed them like this, wee, and then his finger got stuck underneath
Oh,
the wheel,
no.
and his pinky came off. Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
Pretty messed up? That's horrible. Gosh. I mean, I have a cartwheel story, but nothing as horrifying as this. This was actually not that old. I think I was 16 at the time or something. Something around that area. And like, we were at the shopping/supermarket. So, we were just walking around after watching a movie or whatever we had done inside, and we were leaving. So this one of our friends was like, wanna do something really stupid, and I was like, what? And like, they started jumping onto the shopping cart, and like, another one of my friends was like pushing it, and they were like, yeah man, film me. And like, then they started playing with the shopping cart like outside, and I was like, oh god, they're so and they were playing, then a security guard came, and we all just ditched. Oh god, why do we do stupid things so much?
I remember one time.
Yeah, you remember one time.
That's not that bad.
It's
I remember
scary.
one time I used to go to like these people's house that would like
Yeah.
babysit me when
Huh?
I was pretty young,
Oh, okay.
and it was their anniversary,
Mhm.
and they had these really nice chocolates
Mhm.
that the husband bought for the mom,
Mhm.
and I really liked those chocolates, and so I asked him while he was washing the dishes. I said, "Can I have one of those chocolates?" And he was like, "Yeah, whatever." And so I ate one. I opened the box. It was like a anniversary present. I opened it and I took a chocolate because I thought it was okay. and then they got really mad. They said, "Who opened the box of chocolates?" And then I blamed it on this other girl who used to make fun of me. And then she got in trouble and she was never allowed to come back.
Damn.
Something like that.
Oh god. Oh god. I don't have many like throwing blame stories. Yeah, I don't have many throwing blame stories. I was never the kind to be like, oh no, it wasn't me, it was whatever. If I got caught, I got caught. I'm gonna deal with the consequences. I don't need no one to cover up for me.
Happened to me too. Where my brother, when I was younger, we were on a soccer team, and I had like my baby teeth.
I've actually been in the soccer team before. But I wasn't like a field player. I was a goalkeeper. Yes, I was a goalkeeper. And I was pretty good at it actually. I wasn't like very, very good, but I was like decent. And I remember like most of our games. Okay, the thing about our team was that our team did not have a good defense. Our team did not have a good defense. Like most of the time, it would end up being me against two attackers. Like we all know that that's a disadvantage for the goalkeeper. But I did stop a few of those, like 2-on-1. I did stop a few of those, but like I couldn't stop all of them. I mean, sometimes they would, you know, lay around and destroy me. It was so unfair because our team was like mostly focused on attack, and our defense was weak, which was a big deal.
And he threw a soccer ball. He told me to catch it, and he threw it at my face, and I lost 3 teeth.
Oh no.
Yeah.
3?
Good thing they were baby teeth.
Yeah, they were baby teeth. It was really bloody though.
Oh,
Ooh.
can you imagine? Ah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
how siblings are, you know?
Yeah. It gets a little bloody, but when you look back on it, you're just like, man.
I mean, I didn't have that close of a relationship with most of my siblings. Yes, I say most because there's a lot of them. I won't get deep into the story, but let's just say that I have more than 10 siblings. Anyways, shh, no questions. So, I didn't have a close relationship with most of them, and I lived with some of the older ones when I was much younger, but like nowadays I only live with like my sister from like mother and father, and 2 other sisters who are like my half sisters because they are only my sisters from my father's side. I won't get into details, but yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, so I live with 3 sisters. Now you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. When I was like 2 years old, I was in an ice cream shop with my mom, and we were going to get ice cream, and I got my ice cream, and as I was licking the ice cream cone, I was walking, and the floor was slippery, and I slipped and I fell, and they didn't have a sign that said floor slippery because they had just mopped, and I was licking the ice cream cone and I fell, and I bit my tongue, and my mom and the doctor said that my mom said the doctor said that my tongue was hanging off by like 2 threads. Yeah. And so I have this big scar in the middle of my tongue when I bit my tongue off when I was 2 years old.
Oh my god, that's... Oh god, it's so gruesome. That sounds awful. Like, damn. Like, the biggest scar I have was done in a like really stupid way. I was getting chased by a friend, I guess, because I did something. I don't remember what I did, but it was pretty bad, and I was getting chased. and we were like having this argument while she was chasing me. And then like when I moved, and like on that side there was a window, an open window, and like it had like one of those really sharp edges. Yeah, so when I was moving really fast, and so that window like just scraped my shirt and like made this big scar on my back. I still have it. It's relatively big. It's like it's like this big, I think. Something like this big. Yeah. So it like ripped off my shirt and like scratched me and then left me this like big scar, and I was like, oh damn. That's not good. But once again, I didn't go to no doctors, and I just let it heal on its own, and I'm fine.
And they couldn't like stitch it up or anything, because if you put stitches, it would like constantly open. So I guess they just left it there and they just let it heal. And then my mom got really mad because the guy in the ice cream shop, he wouldn't call 911 because he was scared that he was gonna get like sued. So he was like refusing to let her use the phone, because this was before like cell phones were that popular, I guess. Yeah. And he wouldn't let her call, and she had to like grab him like by the collar and like shake him and be like, give me the phone. You know how like apparently like when moms, like when their kids are in danger, they get like this big rush of adrenaline.
Yeah, moms get like way too off the hook when their children are in danger. Man, that's scary. I just had a terrible memory, like a really bad one. So it's pretty bad. It's kind of disgusting. Yeah, it's just disgusting. So this one's my sister was like having a lot of problems with like she had a cold or something. And, like there were no tissues, and she was like there was a lot of snot, like a lot of it. So it's kind of disgusting. So I had to. So my mother was like, "Okay, you're gonna do this," and I was like, "That's disgusting. Tell me you're joking." So okay, this is really disgusting. So I just and like I had it in my mouth, and then I went to spit it out at a sink. Oh god, that was disgusting. Yeah, that happened. Yeah, that happened. I'm not gonna elaborate any like further. That happened.
They get like really strong. Yeah, I guess that's what happened. Ever since your previous Switch sacrificed itself for us, something has been on my mind. What does your tongue scar actually look like? I saw there's like somebody drew me with like a very defined tongue scar. Like it just happened recently or something. Actually, in my tongue scar, it's very, 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 very faint, because if you don't know, your mouth is like one of the fastest places to heal, and it happened a pretty long time. I mean, not like that long. I mean, it was pretty long ago. But yeah, it's very, very faint. So it's not like I have stitches on my tongue or something. Yeah, hopefully that helps. Thank you!
Yeah. Amelia Watson has some gruesome getting hurt stories. Mine are tame, simple. Nothing, dangerous. Just tame. Anyways. God, the snot story just gave me chills, and I can get over it. Why did I remember that? Anyways, nothing really too crazy ever happened to me. I mean, this one time we forgot one of our cousins inside the car, because like he fell asleep, and like everyone just left the car, and he just was like asleep there, and like then everyone was like, where is him? And then my other cousin like remembered where he was and went to get him. It was crazy, because like everyone was like panicking for real. Oh well, whatever, it's in the past, it happened, everything is all right. Anyways, yeah, if you liked, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell thingy, and down below there's 2 links. One of them leads to the Discord and the other leads to my Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord. Do it. Just do it. Just freaking do it. Yeah, thank you. That's it. Thanks for watching, and sayonara. Also, Ame's stories way off. Crazy. Anyways, sayonara.